Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and my sisters, my beloved simplifiers. Welcome. Welcome to another lovely episode of Simplified. And I greet you as always in the most beloved greeting, the greeting of Allah, the greeting of peace, and the greeting of awareness this time. And I pray that the blessings of Almighty God, the peace of Almighty God be with you and guide you and always show up for you whenever you need it. I mean, it's been a little while. It's been a minute since we uploaded or did any simplified video. And so many things has happened. So many time has passed. And sometimes when you work with, how we say we walk by faith and not by sight. And because I didn't call myself. So I cannot just feel like talking and then I talk. So it's been a little while that we had an episode because I haven't had the call to say something or to say anything. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. If you are familiar with the Quran, you will understand when you are a person of God, which I believe we all are, when Allah asks you to speak, you speak. When He asks you to be quiet, you be quiet. And how you know a person of God is actually by that. Because when someone is fond of speaking, just out of, I want to talk, then you know that they're not always, I don't want to say not, they're not always directed by the Spirit. But when you're directed by the Spirit, you don't always have something to say. For instance, our beloved Prophet, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah will give him the Quran verses. Allah will give him ayat after ayat. Allah will talk to him often, sometimes more than the other. But then came a time when Allah ceased talking to him. So people that were used to him giving messages of Allah on a daily basis, hourly basis, even sometimes minute basis. Someone that when you're sitting with him, you can just hush, stop talking, because he's getting messages, right? You could be eating and with his sahabas, and then all of a sudden everyone is carrying on conversations, and all of a sudden he stops talking because he was receiving messages. And then when Malaika Jibril radiallahu anha, may Allah be pleased, continuously be pleased with Malaika Jibril, when Malaika Jibril finishes giving him the message and leaves, then Prophet communicates the message, which would be the ayah of the Quran, with the Sahabas. And they fond of him, they love sitting with him because of the messages he was getting. Who wouldn't love sitting next to someone like that? But then there came a time that messages ceased altogether. He wasn't getting no messages. To the point that some people started making jest of him. Even he himself started to, I don't want to say doubted himself, but unhappy with himself. He was thinking, Ya Allah, what did I do wrong? Have I done anything to merit your dissatisfaction? Have I done anything wrong? Because a person of God, when you feel distant from God, you have to take a step back and evaluating yourself. What have I done wrong? Why is this happening? Why is God not talking to me anymore? Or why is God not close to me anymore? Why am I feeling distant from Allah? A person of God will think like that. And sometimes Allah does that for many, many reasons. But that's not where I'm going with this message, so I'm going to not go there. But for a period of around 6 months, our prophet, our beloved prophet, was receiving no message, no ayat of the Quran. He became very worried. The naysayers already started to make fun of him. They barely believed him anyways. And now the messages stopped, so they felt like they have something to say. Until Allah Azza wa Jal descended a surah, Suratul Dua. So if you know this surah, Wadua Waleli Zazaja, one of my favorite ayahs of the Quran is actually in that surah. Allah Sawfa Yu'tika Rabbuka Fatarido. Allah promised the prophet, I will bless you until you're completely satisfied. Now, we simplified, have been quiet, for reason only known to Allah. Sometimes I feel like, am I lazy? Am I unmotivated? Why am I not doing episodes? It bothered me a lot. I received a lot of messages, a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, text messages, WhatsApp, different mediums of communication. And I appreciate all those that reached out. But it was a test of even myself that when I got nothing to say, I say nothing. One of the Islamic, I don't know if I should call her a scholar, but she's an Islamic gospel singer, and Islamic philanthropist, was late. And I had so much to say about that lady, Rukayat Gawat, and I could say nothing. I said, Ya Allah, Rukayat died. I want to give a simplified episode. Allah said, not yet. And then our Islamic godfather, I will use that word, our Islamic godfather, Alaji, we call him Alfa Muhyiddin Ajani Bello, passed. If I would have done any episode out of the whims of my own desire, if I would have forced myself to do an episode, that would have been the episode I would have done. Allah said, not yet. Then when? This is big. When, Allah? Until recently. And something very, very tragic happened. Allah says, now. Now. My brothers and my sisters, I'm going to say this to you. There is a reason why Allah has given us 2 of these and 1 of these. It's a message from Allah. So listen more and speak less. I'm going to stop that because I have to start the episode of today. Bismillah Rahman Rahim.